This is my presentation. Here's my audience. I'd like to welcome y'all all out today and thank you for coming. Today I want you to start off by closing your eyes. So everybody just close your eyes. And I want you to imagine for a second that you are going about your normal day. During your day, at some point, a stranger comes up to you and asks you for help with a specific problem. Now, imagine some time has passed. Few years, few months, it doesn't matter. Imagine some time has passed. And imagine that you, with your business, B Square, your safety consultant business, imagine that you, as the head of the business, are going into an interview with a potential client. Imagine for a moment that that person sitting behind the desk who has the decision, the final decision, whether or not you get this job that will make or break your business, is that person that asked you for help. Now you can open your eyes, and I want to ask you a question. Just think about it. The question is, what kind of an impression did you make? You see, when we're interacting with each other, everybody who's around us sees our interactions, and that interaction with others, the way we behave, the way we treat them, is recorded in their minds, and that is what they think of us. That's the impression. So our interactions with each other really does matter. There is a writer named Shelley Frost. She gives advice to small businesses, and this is what she has to say. She says that our professional brand is basically the interactions that we have with each other, and what that shows us, what our interactions show others, is what they can expect from us and what we have, was what we bring to the table. She goes on to say that the images that we present to one another is what establishes our business, our professional brand. Sorry. So when we're interacting with each other and we're acting kindly, people are going to think kindly upon us in the future. If we go up and ask them for a job or whatever, they're gonna think kindly and good thoughts about us. We're gonna have a good professional image. Now, a lot of people would say that that opinions and stuff like that are very subjective, that when somebody interacts with us and when we're kind to them, they still have the opportunity to be unkind to us and to not like us, because they're very subjective. It's a very subjective thing. And to that I would say it's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. You cannot control other people. You can only control yourself. So, what do we do about it? That's exactly right. We be kind. No matter what, we be kind. Because later down the road, they might have an epiphany, and they might be able to think, oh, so-and-so, this person actually did care. They actually were kind. And then they're more likely to pass that on and change their actions towards somebody else who is kind. Other people, however, might say that your professional brand and kindness only counts when you're trying to get a job, when you're trying to sell your personal brand. And any ideas as to what that answer is? Completely wrong. You're absolutely right. It is completely false. Our actions, no matter what, in the workplace, outside of the workplace, everything we do is being it's being seen and analyzed by people around us. Whether they're professionals in the business, higher up, lower than us, it doesn't matter. It is being analyzed, and that is how we build our professional brands. That's how we build us as professionals. So, what do we need to do about that? Correct. We need to be kind, not just in the workplace. We need to be kind to the strangers on the street. We need to be kind to our best friends. We need to be kind to our bosses who we think hate us. We need to be kind always. Okay, so one thing that helps me figure out exactly what kind of person somebody's looking for and how to build my professional brand is to get a perspective change. So we're going to flip this around, our scenario around, and we're going to give you a perspective change. So here we go, flip. Now, you are the hiring director of a company. You are in charge of the company and you need help. You need somebody to come in and tell you, you don't have safety professionals, so you need somebody else to come in and tell you what you're doing wrong, what you need to do to fix it, how you can fix it, what are the laws. You need help. So there's two separate sets of information, two different needs that you have to look at and are being met. The first is for your company. You need your company to grow. You don't want your company to fail because that's your income, that's your livelihood. Nobody wants a failing company. So you need to look at what your company needs in order to grow. The second is your employees. Nobody wants grumpy employees. So you have to look at your employees and say, what are my employees' needs? How can I help them so that my business will grow? So the first set we're going to look at is company. So what you need for the company is you're going to need somebody who knows what they're doing. You're going to need them to have a degree, some kind of professional background. You need them to be knowledgeable. You're also going to need them to be there when you need them there. They have to be available for you, to you, when you need them. They're going to have to be helpful. And what I mean by that is they're going to have to be able to give you directions and instructions in a way that are going to help your company grow and be understood by your employees. The second one, now you have the first three. You also need to look for somebody who is professional. You don't want just Bubba Joe coming up off the street telling you, oh, your fire extinguisher's expired. How do you know? You know, they need to be professional. And if you're going to be professional, of course, you have to be punctual. You have to be on time. So now we're going to look at the employees, and you're going to see that a lot of them are the same. So you have to be professional. They have to have somebody who they can look up to. Your employees need to know that that person knows what they're doing and is professional, is going to help you out. They have to be punctual, because again, punctuality comes with professionalism. They're going to have to be helpful. They're going to have to know how to communicate with the new contractee. They're going to have to know that their personalities are not a conflict, because when you have conflict in personalities, you have bad business. Another thing you need to do is you need to have respect. You don't want somebody coming in telling your employees that they're stupid and they don't know how to do their jobs, because that's not necessarily the case. You need somebody who's going to come in and tell them, I understand, I know what you're thinking, here's what I'm thinking. You need them to be respectful and to be able to communicate respectfully to where nobody is offended or insulted. So respect always comes kindness. You have to have kindness if you're going to be respectful. So, flipping back to hiring people, if you come up with somebody who is rude and is not respectful and is always late versus somebody who is respectful, is on time, communicates well with your employees, gets along, gets the job done right the first time, who are you going to employ? Who are you going to hire? Who are you going to want that contract to go to? So when we're talking about being professional and having a brand, you need to remember one thing only: always be kind. Thank you. My audience.